Welcome back to the Wealth Hub IQ. Today we're going to be talking about how the rich hide their money. And when I say hide their money, I mean how they're able to lower their taxes, how they're able to create shell companies, how they're able to open offshore accounts, all of the different funnels that are available to the rich and the wealthy that continue to make them richer and wealthier. Let's start off by talking about taxes because this is the big reason why the rich are able to hide their money and why the poor and the middle class pay so much more in taxes than the ultra wealthy. Depending on your country, tax is a compulsory percentage of your income or your business income, or added to the cost of some goods, services, and transactions collected by the government to cover the cost of general government services, goods, and activities. This is a very short definition of how we define taxes, so please do continue to do research on your relevant country's tax laws and how they define tax. Moving on, Swiss bank accounts and shell companies in places like the Cayman Islands are places not only the ultra rich dump their money, but sometimes you can realize that startup businesses or business owners with less than 50,000 can also plant their money and their assets there as well. You'd be surprised with the amount of people who you wouldn't necessarily consider rich but hide a large chunk of their money from the IRS or HMRC. Normally, after you make a lot of income and you see your taxes continue to rise and rise, and then your blood pressure starts to rise and rise as well along with your taxes, because you just see Uncle Sam getting closer and closer in your rearview mirror. You may want to hire a financial advisor on how you can keep your taxes as low as possible. That financial advisor could tell you about offshore accounts if they're well versed. Just a heads up though, offshore accounts are not illegal as long as they are not used for illegal or illegitimate purposes, such as tax evasion or money laundering. However, hiding offshore assets is illegal, and you must report all offshore accounts to your country's tax authority. This is very, very important, guys. If you own the asset, then you must declare that asset to your local or national government, whatever policies are in place in order for you to declare assets in the specific country that you are in. You want to let them know that you are holding assets in an offshore account in another country. Bottom line, you want to let them know that. No two ways about it. However, if you've got a good financial advisor, then if you have a shell company who owns the assets and that shell company puts assets in a Panama or a Luxembourg or even a Cayman Islands offshore account, then you have hidden your money. Now, I'm not saying you should do this, but I'm saying that this is a way that the rich hide their assets. In summary, just in case that went over your head, how rich people hide their money is they get a shell company to own the asset, and that shell company puts the assets in an offshore account. By no means am I telling you to do this, or is it financial advice. This is just knowledge and research that I have found that I am sharing solely for educational purposes. There's another way the rich hide their money, and that is through buy, borrow, die. Similar to capital gains tax, you get taxed on any investment you sell over a threshold, but rich people don't sell. That's the trick, because with capital gains tax, you get taxed on any investment that you sell over a certain threshold. However, the rich people don't sell their assets, they don't sell their investments. The way this works is the rich buy investments but borrow money from the bank in order to buy those investments. Remember, in all of the middle class and the poor people's savings accounts that they're depositing all the money into their local bank account, that is the money that the rich and the ultra rich use to take out loans. So really, the rich are just taking out the middle class's money, hard-earned money. The die part in buy, borrow, die comes in when you literally die, pass away. If you buy and own a stock at 18 years old for £10 or $10 and it does amazingly well, fantastic, it beats the market, and you die at 68 years old and that same stock is worth £100 or $100, whoever you decide to inherit that stock does not have to pay taxes on that investment. Instead, they only have to pay taxes after they decide to sell the stock by however much it went up by since you have owned the stock. For example, in layman's terms, The same £100 stock at 68 years old. Now that person has died. They've unfortunately left this world and left that stock to their son. Their son decides to sell this particular stock in 5 years, and that stock has grown to £150. The son only pays taxes on the additional £50. So it was £100, then it rose to 150. The son only pays taxes on the 150. So from the father who bought the stock at £10 is then moved to £100. He's now died, sent that stock in, allowed the son to inherit that stock at 100. However, the son only pays for the increased value after they've acquired that stock. This is how the children of the ultra rich are able to amass millions and sometimes even billions in wealth and assets whilst barely paying any taxes. Without overcomplicating the next topic, because it can easily go over your head, rich people hide money in a strategy called tax loss harvesting. This is when a wealthy person identifies their losses in an investment. Now, rich people minus their investment losses from their investment gains. Simple, right? Now, you are only paying taxes on what is left. So you don't really feel the investment loss that bad because you don't have to pay the taxes on top. Now, tax loss harvesting is if your investment losses surpass your investment gains. Then what you can do is you can defer those losses until your investment gains is greater than your losses. If that went over your head, don't worry. Just go back and re-listen to everything I just said. That's the beauty about the internet. You can go back, pause just as much as you want. And after this process of investment tax loss harvesting, you can walk away with your investments at a profit, looking like you didn't walk away with as much because you have deferred your losses. That's why don't get fooled when you see ultra rich people who say that this particular company didn't make as much profit or that company didn't make, they were in loss. They could be taking advantage of tax loss harvesting. If you want to know more about this, read up on Donald Trump's tax loss harvesting. It's all public knowledge. Watch this video on the 5 millionaire habits that changed my life.